Hey guys, it's Kunal from TradingSim.com. I wanted to do a quick market recap and cover a trade from yesterday, August the 8th. There was a ticker symbol BID for Sotheby's. There was a big gap up, and you can see I got the daily chart up right now. And we've kind of identified some areas of resistance. So we got this monster gap, and well, it's not really a monster gap. It's up 7.5% at this point. But we're coming into a big cluster of resistance right here, right? This was a big bear flag, if you want to call it, as it pulled back from almost $48, came down to this level and kind of flagged here for about 2 months, and then we got really taken to the woodshed. And so there's a lot of traders that were trapped, that purchased here, that thought that maybe this was going to be a bottom and it was going to take back off, but it really didn't. And so anybody that was buying in here, especially in this area, is now going to be coming back into a position where they're going to be making whole on their losses that they had taken for the last 8 months, 9 months. And so you're going to see, typically what you tend to see is some stiff resistance in this area. And so as a day trader, what I'm looking at is, if this thing gaps and goes in the morning, I'm going to look at this area for potential reversal zone. Does it mean it's guaranteed to do it? Absolutely not. But this is an area that is a higher probability of stopping any sort of up move in this stock. And so we'll watch that out, watch that spot, and then if that gets taken out, what we're looking at, right up here around 39 to 40 is the next level that it could potentially run to. And so again, we want to look for good opportunities. We want to pick position, or we want to pick entries which have great risk reward scenarios. And so let me just pull up the 5 minutes so we can kind of see what happened. And so I'll just dump the 5 minute chart over here. Okay, so I think what you can see, right, this was the early morning gap, and let me just move this simulation forward a little quickly. And so right away in the morning, right, we're coming right into that 36 area. And this stock has been hesitating at this area, so sorry about that. Let me just modify my charts here. There we go. As I get older, my eyes get weaker. So in any case, right, we got this 9 EMA. We're going to keep an eye on that, and let's just see how this thing keeps progressing. So at this point, that area, that 36, if you're a scalper, you could come into there. If you're looking at 1 minute charts, it's not my deal, especially in the morning. I don't like to be taking counter trend trades. It's a very risky proposition, and so we're coming right into this 9 now, so we want to see how this stock gets supported. And you can see what happened here. Extreme explosion through that 36 area. This is giving us an indication that this level, this breakout above this level, is for real. That move was pretty significant, pretty decent volume is pumping through this stock. And we're just going to keep moving forward. And I mean, quite honestly, if you were looking at this objectively, you would see this thing pulled back to the 9 EMA. It reversed hard again, and you really could have bought this breakout right around 36.40ish. Because now we've started to clear all these areas of resistance. And now what we're going to do is we're just, the 9 EMA is just holding this very nicely. I mean, there is absolutely no reason to get out of this stock. Now what you what I want you guys to take a look at here is, right, this price was hovering very close to this 9 EMA, right? It was gradually moving higher. I mean, granted, there was an increase in the slope here of the move, but now what we're starting to see is an extension even further, right? It's getting a little more parabolic on an intraday basis, extending off of that 9 EMA very hard. And now you look at the daily charts, we're coming into a major area, another major area, right? This was a big area of support previously that got gapped through, and so, you know, this gap area is going to be a big time area of potential resistance, and we can see this stock is now getting completely overbought and it's getting very extended. Something you want to keep an eye on. We're not going to take a short just because we see that. We're going to take a short if we see confirmation of a reversal, and so now we're close to that 40, that decade number, and so now we're starting to pull off. And again, 9 EMA is holding this stock. There's no reason to get rid of it, but we want to see how this unfolds at this level, right? We want to see the same thing that we saw here, the same thing here, you know, all the way up. We want to see that being held here. But I can tell you, right, when you start seeing these types of accelerations towards the end of a move, you know, this is basically panic buying. This is people dumping their shares on the market when it's easiest to do so. And so when the support and the bid comes out of the market, this thing will fall fast if it decides to do so. And so now what we've seen here is that 9 has been penetrated. It does not have too much strength in it. And if I'm long on this, I'm going to get out just based on an instinct right here, because I saw that acceleration. I saw the 9 EMA not even blinking. And so probably around 38.50, I'm going to get out of this position. So now what are we doing, right? We're actually trading a little bit below that 9 EMA, and we're not seeing a recovery like we're normally used to seeing here. Right, the 1 minute chart has decidedly turned down. We had this big move down. This is the first sign of a reversal in trend, and then we had this secondary high here, and then we came below this 39 area, and once that was broken on the short-term 1 minute trend, it turned down. Let me just take it back to the 5 minute. So at this point now, what I'm looking at is a short. You know, once we took out this 38.52, I guess this kind of parabolic move is bound to have a reversal, especially with this type of setup here. There's no mercy at the 9. You know, nobody's trying to support it there. The bid's falling out, and you know, really everybody that wanted to get out, the big players that wanted to get out, they got out at the top when everybody was chasing it, right? So there's this acceleration of volume here, and so the bid is clearly out of the market. So you could have gone short at about 38.50, 38.40ish, and now, you know, we really don't want to see this get above about 39. Really, quite honestly, above this bar. So if we took the short at about 38.40, 38.75 to 38.86, you know, you want to kind of look to that area as a potential cover zone. Right, and you can see now the 9 EMA is acting as resistance, and so you just want to trail that lower. You know, and from a support perspective, I mean, this stock was straight up. You know, there's not a lot of areas of support right here. Potentially 36.66 could be a level, and it did try to hold that here, but it's messing around. Let's just see what happens. Right at this point, what we're looking at here on an intraday basis, right, this support level, it was broken. It was tested multiple times here, 4 or 5 times, dropped. So can we get above 37.03? If it does do that, you know, I'm going to be looking to cover some Nothing doing as of yet. Right now we're at the end of the day, so I mean I'm going to be closing the position no matter what. So right around 36.60 is where I'd be out of this position. But you can kind of see, right? We took this short back up at 38.50, and there was really no reason to cover it all the way down to 36.60, almost a 2-point move in 2 hours ish. And that's how you look for reversals. You're not going to look to get in front of a move, right? I mean, because you could have had plenty of reason to short it right at 36. You could have said, well, I'm going to gamble here because I think this is a big area. It's going to be strong resistance, and you're not in the game. You're not a fortune teller. You have to wait for confirmation. You have to wait for that reversal to actually take place before you start chasing the position. So, you would have sat in almost 4 points of pain if you had done that, because this was a relentless up move. So never chase a position, and always pick your entries wisely, right? When we got in here at 38.50 or 38.40, you're looking at a 30 to 35 cent risk. That's a tolerable 1% risk, and that's how you trade these types of positions. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, admin@tradingsim.com. And feel free to definitely try TradingSim out. It's a great tool for day traders who want to get their reps in, who want to build the muscle memory, fine tune their money management. It's an excellent tool for that. So we have a 7-day free trial. Check it out, and wish you the best.